dope.
Oh shit. Sorry. No, you're fine. Okay. You got room? We'll pull out just a little bit. Might need you to back up just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Wow.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
What's up, man?
Oh, nice meeting you guys.
Yes, it's been awesome. Thank you, Carol, for everything.
Staying cool, man?
It's been super cool.
Yes.
Can't wait to come back.
Oh, I can't wait to
Yeah,
come back.
I'm live again. Might as well tell him come out, man.
Come on, man. Come out here. Get some wop, wop.
A cool dude, man, with some awesome rosin, man. Come check him out.
Nice.
Yeah, I know what you guys.
Of course.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Mendo dope. What's up, Purple Thumb?
That's another.
Justin Bean.
Oh, Emily. I always really
Double digging it.
Why? That's my name.
OD.
You know,
Of course.
I'll answer.
We're not out of here quite yet.
Gotta have some fun
We're
first.
gonna go dip around, gotta talk to some more people.
I come to
Mendo
California
dope.
to yoga
Ladies.
too. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
What's up, Jack Westport?
Yeah, what's up, WEedNerdWorld? That's how it goes out here when you're mobbing. So many people talk to you, so much good flowers, good vibes. WEedNerd Nation, now we're on our way to see our brother.
Y'all.
Is he here right now, or is he out and about?
He's out and about.
What's up?
He's getting a massage.
Oh yeah, where's that at? Oh really? Alright, well here.
How you doing,
I'm just
man?
gonna drop this here for him, since he'll be back.
Mendo dope. T-Dog's booth. This cool gentleman right there. You want to say hi to the Weed Nerds?
What's happening, Weed Nerds?
Let's go, man. Beautiful day out here, Mendo in the Michigan. In the Mendo in the mitten.
Thanks, brother.
Yep.
If you're around, come check out Mendo Dope, hanging out till about 5. Good times to be had.
Such good times, man. It always goes by so quick. But it never stops. We're always on the move.
Oh,
To the
damn.
next place. Go wherever the WEedNerds are. How much they charge us? Yes. Yeah, what do you expect? Yeah. Alright.
This lady down here, this fucking booth down here had the coolest fucking shit.
Yeah?
Yeah, she had like some Indian headdresses and shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
we saw some of those when we popped by the other day.
buffalo skin rug and shit.
This spot right here.
Yeah. He's got fucking like bone knives in there. Yeah.
Oh, there's the closing spot. We gave us some flowers. Alright. Oh, trying to kick flap off right now. Here goes that. Wow. You have reached your destination.
Hell yeah. Beautiful day. So you guys weren't fire, you were the blankets. We were like I was right down the couple campsites down last
Really?
night. Yeah.
Didn't even know.
I kept telling them, man, that's the spot down there, man. The fucking blankets and shit, lights in the yard. Calling us. Oh,
Welcome to the lair.
yeah.
This is where we've been living at.
On the road.
Top of squat, bro.
Road life, tour life. Yeah, we can clean off a chair so you can get comfy or sit over here on
You
the
sit right there. I
table.
gotta pack
If you want to
up.
roll something up, we got too much weed to smoke ourselves. We got a lot of weed to send home with Eagle, I think. You'd probably be the one I'd like to say.
Yeah.
want to take a gift home, we got Weed Nerd Love.
Oh yeah.
And we appreciate all the flowers from everyone. We just can't take them all back with us because everyone gives us so damn much these days. So many flavors. So if you want to look at some things right now, let's see, what do you want to twist, Eagle? Because you got about 16 different flavors to choose from at the moment.
Looks like it's gonna be a tough choice.
And some gummies if anybody's feeling
Damn.
edibleistic.
Somebody just gave me mushrooms.
I don't doubt that. And then we got one more final. So he said that Laura, the girl that like runs everything with the stuff here, tells everyone what's up. She really wanted.
Eagle gave me some seeds.
This guy named Eagle gave you
Yeah,
seeds.
this guy named Eagle.
Some kind of like a
Yeah.
skeleton jack.
Yeah, yeah. You heard of that?
It's good stuff. It's good, strong stuff right there. Super potent, they say. What we got here? Might as well show the weed nerds some stuff. We got some blockhead headband. Oh yeah. This Donnie Burger looks pretty fucking good.
Flapper, would you like to
Thank
tag
you.
this up too?
Donnie Burger.
And then we'll find out when we go find her how to spell her name so we can tag it to her. Make sure she's taken care of. So what's the next plan for you, Eagle? What you got on the books? Something new or any particular interviews coming up?
Man, there's always good ones coming up. I hate to single one out from another, you know.
I hear that.
Everybody's story, you never know. You know, some of the best stories I've heard, you know, aren't necessarily from
A big person, let's say. Yeah. Yep.
So, you know, that's a tough call right there. But there's,
Things lined up.
yeah, definitely a bunch of.
And we
cool
gotta
shit
get our
coming
next
up.
one lined up. Let's pick a date so we can figure out when we want to get up on there and talk some more shit.
And of course, as I was like mentioning to you a little bit last night, the Weed Nerds are really serious about wanting to put together some type of event. We want to have something like this, but no vendors, just fucking stages and music. Because there's a fucking lot of really talented Weed Nerds.
Big hangout session.
And
We're
yeah,
not like trying to sell
From
shit or
what
do
I
it. It's
heard
just
last
everyone just
night.
kicking it,
Yeah.
What I heard
connecting,
last
sharing.
night, just limit your hip hop community and you're good. Fuck. Somebody came out here to do a fucking hip hop song that they asked for.
yeah.
And I guess at the other 420 movement yesterday was some shit got went down. Guns got pulled and small kind of washed.
That's sad.
Yeah, it is.
It's bad on the community, but it's bad individually too.
Yeah, that's actually the first I've ever heard of like an event like that having trouble. But still, I think, you know, if it's just a closed kind of Weed Nerd thing,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a huge event, but something that we could get out there with enough time for people from all over the place to get an opportunity to come. Make it a free event where people can they just gotta pay to get there. Once they're there, you just come in and it's a big old chill session. Damn, Blab, this pack shits on every pack that I brought. It's got nice ass woods in it.
I know.
I'm gonna have to go buy a pack from him. Just might get lucky and buy some more Wesleys, dude. Weed Nerd World. Shout out to y'all for all the constant support and representing and backing us up and just keeping the culture going. Y'all keep us super motivated. I'll tell you one thing, y'all are a big inspiration for us to continue making new music and go around and, you know, do these shows and travel anywhere that y'all call for us.
Hell yeah.
The Weed Nerd call, the caw. We're coming. So much love, you guys. We really appreciate everything. Weed Nerds for life.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I was telling you earlier, I really, really believe that shit's stronger than ever.
It's a very, very powerful thing.
Even Weed Nerds, they didn't even think they would be Weed Nerds at some point, are now some Weed Nerds.
Now there's some Weed Nerds.
That's kind of how it goes. Well, hey man, when I was growing my plants, I had this outcome. Yeah, well, if you try this right here, you're an instant weed nerd.
Instant Weed Nerd.
That's one of the beautiful things about cannabis right now is, you know, there's people are so free sharing of knowledge and what they're doing. You know what I mean? There's nobody necessarily trying to hoard ideas or, you know, strategies or grow tactics just to be top of the market. They're more like, yeah, this is what I'm doing. You should try this. Have you tried this spray? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that shit is real, man. That shit is real.
Yep.
You know,
You gotta make your way out to our spot, dude, so you can come hang out on the
fucking
farm
yeah.
and do like a podcast,
Come do your
Live
show
on
all
the
way out
farm.
in Cali one time.
or even pre-recorded or something. I'll set up camera, record it, and then be able to post it or however we need to do because service sucks up there bad.
yeah.
You can't really even go live on the farm we're at right now. Can't even check the internet really. It's
No
you
phone
can get
service
some
either
calls in a couple spots. You can find service enough to talk and send text, but going online live at all doesn't happen. But pre-recording something. You should come out. Plan to come out for like a live in the garden recording this
That'd be
year.
awesome.
See a recording session and do like a whole film podcasting around that and talk to whoever ends up coming out at that time. Because we're gonna try to get different artists to come out again, and let alone just us as the band together.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that would be fucking perfect. That would be amazing.
make your way out there, dude, and you can come stay. You can stay right on the farm, dude. There's a house on the farm that no one's even living in right now.
Yeah.
So if you find your way to Cali, you got a place to crash and chill.
You got an open one.
Yep. I didn't even know you smoked backwoods. I would have been passing you in before.
I smoke anything with cannabis in it, bro.
Nice ones.
And I don't have a paper. This is all we have. So. Or
I mean, we
available.
do have joint papers if you want one.
Do you?
Instead, yeah.
That's a-
We have a pack right here. I don't know exactly what kind they are, but they gave us a pack of papers too.
That's when it works. I left my fucking backpack on the thing here. Beautiful day, man. You guys got some good weather to come out to Michigan.
Yeah, hell yeah. It seemed like it was really nice.
Amazing show yesterday for the Weed Nerds.
That shit was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That shit was fun, man.
It's cool too, because that was the first time we ever done a show with just me and Blap together, without like the other homies being here.
At least Trevor and Bleezy.
For sure, yeah. But it's already been stated they definitely want to make this thing happen again and bring us back out. So
Fucking Michigan's
be
got a
ready.
lot of love for Mendo
Hey, I'm
dope.
gonna
We
close
love
this
Michigan,
door and
man.
turn on this air conditioner. Is that cool?
I think it's
Yeah, it's toasty.
it just we haven't gotten the word out
Morning,
fast
morning.
enough, I think, yet. I think there's, at both times you guys have been here, the hash bash and this, it's been like, even like the last time, I had like 3 days notice. I was like,
Well,
what?
I know, because
Fucking Mendo dope's coming?
Hash Bash, they wanted to keep it a surprise for everyone, so we couldn't post about it. We're all of a sudden like, damn, this is like, Time Wreck came out of this Mendo Dope Vino somehow. Like, that's
I
happened.
I told you I got like some time wreck growing right now, and I think 8 clones of time wreck in the corner right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, if y'all don't have no time wreck, then I can definitely bring y'all some time wreck.
Do you remember the finish on all that? Well, you actually kind of yielded off that at one point.
I don't know for sure. I mean, because you can't picture exactly which one you'd be talking about, like which year with the Loco, since we grew it a couple years.
And which plant? 'Cause there was several of them.
But I don't know if it's maybe one of the ones I can picture. You're probably thinking of. It was at least like probably like a 7 pounder or something. It wasn't like that. Locomotion's not a heavy flower. It's not really dense. It's got more of a light feel to it. So it's not the heaviest producer, but it's so fucking dank. Vanilla is retardedly dense and dank, but that one has always been a small growing plant. Vanilla is just always, no matter what, we've never got it to be super big plant. But when on the plants that we've got it like at its peak, just always, even on small plants of it, the buds are so fucking dense and nice where you get easy like 5 pounds off of way smaller plant that like this huge tree is getting 7 pounds, but this tiny vanilla is getting 5 pounds. It's a trip how much it varies on those flowers, how much difference there are.
Are you guys, do you have the mic stay in the booth this year?
Yeah, well, I mean, not yet. We haven't exactly decided which plant it's going to be, you know, since the plants have just been in the ground for like a month or so now. So they're only like nice little bushes. So we got an idea of where we're going to set up, but not which plant is going to be the booth yet. Oh yeah, there's plenty of room out there. There's spots that are pretty flat.
I need to have a plank to leave it out there. So I have something to play on top of, so I'm not rickety and rocky.
Yeah. Good. Ricket rocket on the pocket.
Like you said, level it out, we're good.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. We'll figure out when we want to start shooting for that, when we want to record. But usually, you know, it's September through like latest mid-October is when we're recording. So if you start planning and thinking of a time when it works where you can fly out there,
That'd be awesome.
Check
I
out-
still don't know how you guys do as much as you do. I'm serious. The rate you guys put out albums and shit, and tour, and garden,
No
and
lies.
keep that shit in your head. That's the main
It's a
thing
lot
I
of
don't
fun.
understand. Out of the fucking 100,000 songs it seems like you guys have, how do you fucking keep that shit to memory?
A lot of planning. A lot of planning. And
practicing and
practicing, man, and going over and making sure that we hold on to the shit that we, and not to mention anything you do repetitiously sticks. You know, so we try to always make sure that we're in memorization of music that the people are asking for. But I mean, you do a song, there's no way in hell you're gonna remember all of those lyrics for all of that time over all of those years. So sometimes you have to go back and re-rehearse a song or something like that. But we'll go back and get it. Like we actually got a couple of older songs we're bringing back into the set. So we're working out songs that when people hear them, it's like, whoa, what is this? And it's like, this is from. But we wanted to bring it back with the band now that we're a band. So it just adds a different flavor to everything that we're doing. And then it gives a different appeal to people that are watching us.
So was there anything in particular that was an inspiration for some of the songs, or you know, part of the
That'd be a
latest
hard
drop?
one to answer because it's 5 of us. So everybody has different inspirational things. You know, it's like we come out there, these guys have barked the orders to us about, okay, everything has to be created out here. But we'll kind of like formulate some ideas. They'll come from different places, different things. Like, I mean, for example, they try to take it from us. That came from a situation of realizing Monsanto was buying up a lot of the properties in the Mendocino area. A lot of these fucking chemical companies buying weed grows. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're trying to take it from us, and they're buying all of these real growers out of their property. You know, that kind of shit. And then there was another one that was fucking real political too. I can't think of the name of the gentleman. And then you got the new one, Stand Your Ground. Basically same message, but in the new era with all the new rules, new laws, and new people involved. And it's like, you know, it's going on everywhere. It's not just California anymore. It's everywhere.
Yeah, it's a very powerful song too. That's one thing I love about you guys' music, and that's why I asked. It isn't just, there's always a message in every fucking song. Either be a lesson about cultivation or something in particular that just needs.
And it ain't always just about that either. I mean, we got songs like Keeping It Cool, and that's what it's about. Like, you know, keeping it cool. We go through the bullshit, but we're still keeping it cool. You know what I'm saying? High life, live the high life. Don't live the low of the life. Live the high life. Keep everything on a positive vibe, man. You know. You got your camera rollers. I'm gonna say this now. I don't even usually smoke joints, but Eagle gave me this.
So how come you don't? I mean, it's the same really.
I'm here, brother.
It's a thing for me. My mom used to smoke joints, and I used to steal her joints and smoke them. And she would like roll up a pack of joints, and stick them in a cigarette pack, hide them in her drawers, and I go in there and slide one out and smoke a joint. And then I got used to smoking blunts, and then at the same time I'll smoke cigarettes. So it's like I associate the blunt more so with the replacement of the cigarette, because I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. And the joints now just have a different taste to it. But it's not like I was telling him, if I'm at the house, I don't have no frontal leaf and I don't have no backwoods, everybody gives me papers. So I will roll a joint. It's not like I won't. It's that I would prefer to not roll a paper. And if I do, organic, please. You know, something that doesn't have that extracurricular flavor on it, like nasty ass zigzags.
I just never really liked the joint paper taste. I don't know.
I'll tell you what made me stop.
Good.
A dude passed me a joint that he rolled out of Bible paper.
Oh,
I was like, I'm not smoking that.
I mean, I remember doing that a long time ago as
You made
kids.
you made a joke out of me like, man, this is the word of God. We're gonna get real high. I was like, you gonna go to hell. And that was the last time I remember ever like really like willfully in a circle like smoking a joint. Outside of that, it was one city ever since.
Talking shit with Eagle.
Chill with spit, talking shit.
What's up, weed nerds? What's up? Boom. Expose the blapper. Shit.
so is there anywhere that you haven't been that you'd like to take you guys' message music?
Everywhere. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of states, you know, right here that we haven't got to hit still. And besides that, going like, you know, out of the country, like, I'd love to go everywhere. I hope that we get a chance to. I love traveling and seeing different spots and like being able to go out and play music. That's like, it would be a dream come true to travel around to all these new spots, like out of the country and see places that never even thought about going. And being able to play music there would be so fucking sick.
The instructions we were given was to overgrow the plant.
Yeah.
So we gotta go everywhere. Yeah, if there's not, we're always like down. We're like, if people hit us up, we're down to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like if they're about their business and come correct and make sure things are handled, like we'll go anywhere. Yeah, no doubt. I hope that we can. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of places to go. We've only scratched the tiny surface
We
of.
keep getting calls to go to Australia. We've been asked to go to Germany, Slovenia now.
We gotta go to Slovenia after doing the M's in the Air project with the homie Nico, the producer out there.
I recently heard with somebody that came back from the UAE that there's weed in the UAE, so I don't know how that's gonna work. But we'll see. I know they got a lot of hashish over there.
Yeah. So lots of places to go still.
Cannabis has definitely blessed a lot of lives, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Very grateful for the plant, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? That just, I say all the time, you know, there's a lot of power in cannabis as a medicine, but I really believe the cultivation side of the things is the more impactful side, you know. People through the wanting to grow the plant learn a lot about themselves as, you know, I'd say as they cultivate the plant, they cultivate themselves. More or less as they get into the organic side of things.
Exactly, yeah.
And they really relate how cannabis in them, the relationship, moreover, how the microbes in you, it brings us all full circle. I mean, it puts you in a perspective that, you know, you're small in the grand scheme
Yeah.
of things.
For sure, no doubt, yeah.
You know?
It's the plants is a powerful thing, all around, every aspect of it.
It's such a you know a real. I would like to see cannabis being used in like a rehabilitation thing, because I've seen a lot of people, and my journey with cannabis is definitely on the medical side, because I've lost so many people through pharmaceutical medicine and whatnot, and I believe cannabis can, like I said, help them wean off of some of their problems in a lot of cases. And just being in the garden is a powerful medicine that helps them deal with anxiety and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I really believe if you can get that same person that's going through whatever to get them growing, you know what I mean, and get their mind off of whatever.
Yeah.
through that process, they can
For sure, yeah.
wean off and build a little self-confidence. you
Yeah.
know. I would say this all the time, is there's nothing more stronger than being able, the can-do of being able to produce your medicine. At the end of it all,
Yeah.
you know, I did this, and I'm
Mhm.
being able to heal myself.
Yeah.
It's strong.
It is, yeah. You're healing yourself and your mind the whole time, being out in the garden, cultivating it, just enjoying it, and then to be able to finish all the way down to a part where you're smoking it or breaking it down, however, eating it, to do that full circle, the full healing is nothing better.
I've heard so many stories, and even I can relate myself lately of just seeing that seed sprout. You know what I mean? Just watching a new life.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's this one gonna be?
There's something definitely powerful in this plant.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
It's a binding. Like I said, told you guys earlier, man. I don't know what it is, man, necessarily. You know, the plant itself is amazing, but the camaraderie behind it all is very impressive.
I think it has a lot to do with the universal struggle. Everybody has a universal struggle. We all got to go either from seed or from clone. You have to learn how to transplant. That's a struggle. So it's like when you see somebody else that's going through the same struggle as you have, no matter what the level is or the difference of the level, indoor, outdoor, hydro, soil, it doesn't really matter. The struggle is still the same no matter what it is. It's just the different levels and different things and different components that go to that struggle. But that's one of the things that make the camaraderie what it is. I understand your struggle and you understand mine because we both do the same thing. So it makes it easier for us to see eye to eye. You know, you're all the way in Michigan. I'm all the way in Cali, but we both grow weed. You know what I'm saying? So it's an easy understanding to bridge the gap between the two people or a community of people to make it so that people are able to come together more, share information, hell, proof of sharing weed. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I did. I want to share it with you, you know? You got people out here that I'm overhearing conversations that don't grow organic weed, and they're next to organic weed growers, and they're having conversations about how they can make their weed organic and take out, you know, the non-organic elements of their grow situations. It's one of those things that's awesome, you know what I'm saying? Just being able to share and learn from one another, it's all community building elements. Those are like pillars.
That one was nice and toasty.
It was.
That was the Heady OG.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you know.
Oof. That Heady's potent, dude. Yeah. Well, I should have let you smoke it, so it was something different for you to smoke. Got just a couple tiny little pieces left. This is the vanilla cream freeze. This was one of the phenos that or really in the last room that we only had one plant of that one, so. But in this new room, we got 6 different phenos. One is like identical to that, and there's a cool variation of stuff happening with the more lean into the mendo dope or the gringo loco side with the mendo vanilla, and then some that are more like straight grease monkey style. Nice
I wonder what
looking
those are
plant.
going to come out with, the ones that are working as well. They're going to be like hella crystally.
They're frosty for sure. You know how the grease monkey is.
Well, grease monkey's frosty too, but it's heavy.
Exactly, yeah. There's some that are that creamy, heavy funk smell to it, and then others that have that nice, the other little lighter fruity blend of the mendo vanilla. It's like, I can't wait to taste these new ones. They're only like maybe a week away now. Like, we're about to be picking a nice, different selection of phenos.
What would you say would be the loudest of the loud lineup?
The loudest of the loud?
Yeah.
Oh man, I think there was, I was gonna say the Project Power.
Oh.
That Project Power, some of those, like, have you ever smoked the Bob Saget? That one is something crazy about that one. It's got a very unique, different flavor, different terp that's just like very loud, fucking potent, ranky, like, what's that smell? Like, it's hard to even describe like what that terp is.
It is, because it's not quite cheese, but it's funky like that.
But it's so like powerful where it like really penetrates your nostril, like it's a stingy almost. But next time we have some, we're gonna get you some of those seeds or something. I think that was one of the seeds. Like, we didn't have a lot of those seeds on the lineup. Like, that plant was a little smaller, so it didn't produce a whole bunch of seeds. So I don't even know. I think that one might be sold out actually. But like, we have a few in the stock, like at the house. but that might be one we got to get out to you to try. Besides that, like the heady OG and stuff, and that vanilla cream freeze, and I don't remember what else I gave you. Which one did you get? You got a couple of them, right? Okay, well, whatever ones that you got for sure. There's nice ones in there, but something about that Project Power, that one is just like probably the most powerful, like loudest hitting terp out of the lineup that I've
Which one
seen
would
so
you
far.
say would be your hasher?
The Hasher is definitely going to be like that vanilla back cross for sure. The Heady OG, and also that Project Power. Like some of those phenos are ridiculous. Well, I'm not saying it wouldn't, but for the best ones, like let's say top 3 on the lineup that are more hash style ones, would definitely be the Nilla back cross would be like one of our top go-tos, because the Nilla for us, like that's one of the reasons we kept the Nilla for so long too. Like not only did we love the flower forever and just love the plant, the taste, it was so unique and different, but once we started like doing hash stuff and like washing it, like especially with Mr. Bond, like when we first actually got to see what the resin was doing, it was like, holy shit, this thing produces like his Space Bomb. Like his Space Bomb was one of the most fucking dumping ass hash washing strains. And as soon as we found out the Nilla had that quality of resin too, it was like, oh shit, this is even more of a keeper now. Not only do we love the flowers, but this is one that we can break down and get good yield on water hash and stuff, you know? So that one's in the top. The Heady OG has got that type of crystal that's like that dry, sandy, like diamond style. That's the harder crystal that's more better for washing. And that Project Power is just so frosty, covered in resin.
Yeah.
So much frost.
So I guess the obvious question is, you know, we were talking about that. I don't know if they caught it. Is the Mendo dope standard of outdoor.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So if somebody wanted to grow some Mendo dope trees, you know what I mean? Which one of the I know it's probably a trick question. All right? But
that's the cool thing about them, right?
Yeah.
A lot of them will, like you're talking about, like growing like the big style. Like which one is going to be the monster? Well, so far, like it's cool this season. Like we're getting to really like do patches of like these new phenos, like because we haven't got to see a whole bunch of like pheno selection from the new lineup. So this year, like we have a patch of like there's like 20 Project Powers to look at, another like 20 vanilla cream freezes, 20 of the Heady OGs, like a 20 pack of the vanilla back cross. So now like we're gonna really get to see a big wide spread of all these different plants of which one's gonna really be like the most vigorous. But right now it's looking like the Project Power and the vanilla cream freeze are like growing beastie right now. So far since they've been planted, like they're on fire. Those ones are definitely going to be some monster trees, along with the Mendo Dope backcross, of course. Like the Mendo Dope, when we first made that was a really dedicated to like an outdoor style plant, you know, really outdoor friendly of our style of where we were. It was like perfect to grow big, so that one's going to be a monster one for sure. But this year is going to be cool to be able to see really a wide span of which one is going to be the top dog, like which one grows the most vigorous.
Yeah, you've even kind of held me back in a little bit of a way on wanting to go outdoors. I'm mainly indoors, but I've been on point of saying, you know, I don't want to go outdoors until I can actually grow me a Mendo dope tree. You know what I mean? I don't want to even fuck around with something I can grow indoors. I can grow a 5-footer indoors. I want something I can fucking double fucking pipets around, fucking tall as I can fucking get it, completely out myself as a fucking cannabis grower. You know what I
A
mean?
lot of that has to do with that sunlight, man, and then that super soil recipe. How you put that super soil together, and then the other thing that a lot of people fail with is how they feed their plants. You know, you got the salt of the earth guys, you got the I only feed compost guys, and then you got the guys that use a lot of that top dress, which is as far as feeding is good for the plants as well. So it's like, you know, what you put together with your super soil recipe and then your feeding regimen are all going to contribute to the robustness of that plant, how high it's going to go, how thick it's going to get, and then your plant training is going to determine your girth.
But even regardless of like plant size, like for you to just like grow a smaller plant outside is super cool. Just to do a miniature version of it, even if it's just a nice little one that's got
A bonsai version.
of one cage, you know. But just to be able to grow, like, it's just different, you know. Being able to grow sun grown, it's got a different,
Colors
a
are
different.
definitely different, that's for sure.
Different profile than you get like growing the same pheno inside to outside, you know, whatever you have in your stable that you've been growing inside, or you're always kind of cycling through stuff, or you have like keeper mothers that you always keep.
Yeah, I'm a perpetual indoors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just need to just, even if it's a small plant, just to do it, get the ball rolling. I mean, shit, when we first did our, you know, first couple plants outside, like they were small ass little plants. We started off small and gradually like figuring out what to do and getting it bigger and bigger, and then trying and going, and so even if you don't jump out and get a monster tree first time, you still gotta do it, man.
Was that first grow I went to, you guys had what, 60-gallon, 80-gallon pots out there?
And which one was that?
At the radio.
That one, well, that one was 200-gallon pots and 400-gallon pots.
Yeah, and I remember when you guys pulled out that 600-gallon pot, and I was there the day you guys filled that 1,000-gallon.
Yeah, that was
The one
that was a
big
big
truck. That was nuts.
1,000 gallons crazy.
So I heard you kind of mention, you know, it has a lot to do, you know, feeding the plants and organics and stuff. Another thing you said too, you kind of talked about earlier about the, you know, more free flowing of knowledge these days. You know, I can think back to 10 years ago, there was, you know, the no-till organics, and there was a fine line there, you know what I mean? There was, people would fight almost like that about religion, politics, no-till organic. And at some point, you know, that just kind of fell apart, and you know, everybody's like, you know what, we're on the same fucking team, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's work together and like really push the whole soil thing together, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and that's been awesome to
Mhm.
see the whole organic thing progress.
It has.
KNF,
Yeah, it's progressed so
all that
much.
shit.
Like, it's crazy how much you can dive into it. And like, even for us, like how much shit we know and get into, there's still like so much stuff that we're just like, damn, just scratching the surface on. And like we're saying with the KNF things, like we've looked into it, but we've never tried it yet. But there's so much things to do and get into. It's so cool that's what makes it nice about growing and doing organics. Like, you can just always keep learning and just like figuring out more in-depth stuff about the soil and what else to incorporate and use. It's just like a never-ending process of just like, oh yep, can't wait for next season because now I'm going to do this, or I figured out this trick, so now pick off.
Are you decent?
JT dog,
Halfway decent.
what's up, man?
But it's came a long way, and we've like over the time of like, people reaching out and hitting us up about growing and organic stuff. It's like
This first
people
class
have, like,
camper for the
changed
boys, man.
totally changed the way they grow after like seeing different videos that we've done. They're like, man, I just like, it totally opened my mind about it and how to do this style, and made so much sense. And even on this grow class that we just did, you know, just this the past weekend, like there was one dude in the class who's been growing for a while, and it was more bottle nutrient style and salts and things. He was like, I just wanted to come out and kind of see how you guys were doing it and like get a feel that I want to transition. I want to do more like your guys' style. And the way he got to come out there on the grounds and hands on and do this stuff, it was like totally instant. After the classes, I can't wait to go home and just transform everything and start switching it up and doing it this style. Like, it's badass. Like every day there's people switching and changing and getting more into it. So it's good. It's great for the planet, for the plant too, for everything.
Right on. Is there anybody you think that's like kind of very influential right now as far as like pushing organics and stuff?
I mean, out there that are like pushing it hard. I mean, I know there's a lot of farmers up there that are doing all kind of cool stuff. Like definitely like Happy Day Farms. Those cats are always killing it on the super organic side and like teaching people and doing that whole circle of like regenerative farming and everything. Brown Guy 420, he's always been a legit dude who's smart as hell, put out a lot of game for people. I don't know how much he's been doing online recently. I haven't talked to him in a bit.
I talked to him about a year ago.
Yeah.
On the show, and I don't see him much online now.
For
but
sure.
what he's got going there, I mean, what do you want to do? Innovate seriously in cannabis, or do you want to be online? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yep.
And what he's doing is way more respectful than, you know, kind of hanging out on.
Yeah, he's
and stuff like that.
got mad respect for him, and he's a big inspiration for us to getting into more organic and no-till. And of course, our brother Minnesota Nice, but he's not online at all. You know, he doesn't get online. He's kind of blacked out from that stuff in the spot that he's at. He's trying to keep it more secret, and he's not a same like kind of super social dude. You know, like he's hella cool cat, but he likes to keep it low. But he's like he planted the no-till seed in our brain, the one that really took off for us, that was like, holy shit, it like clicked, and it was like, we need to start doing this, we need to get into this is badass. Like the way he broke it down and explained it, it made so much sense to us. Sometimes the way certain people teach things in no-till and like organics, like they can get so deep where it gets confusing, when it's like you got to just make it more simple and break it down into a way that you can understand it, and then it's like, oh, for sure, okay.
For a lot of new growers, it can get daunting. Like, that's too much. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, even talking to people about cover crops, sometimes they're like, huh? It just goes over their head, where it's like, but I mean, once you start to get into it, like I was saying, it's a constantly learning every grow. You get to learn more, and so much knowledge out there, and that's what we try to always put stuff out there. And every year we're trying to drop new things to show people different tricks that we do, and just kind of keep on elevating it. And I know there's a lot of other people that do awesome organic stuff. It's not popping in my head right now, but I'm stoked to see everyone getting into it more.
There's so many now, it's hard to name them all now. Everybody is kind of making that transition over. That's a good thing. The community is starting to finally get that one vision. Like, okay, this is how we keep the longevity. We're going to call it medicine.
I hope they do keep calling it medicine, to be honest with you.
I've always been under the philosophy, if it's not organic, it's not. If it's not organic, it's not medicine. Only because, I mean, what are you putting in it? I could take it away the medicinal properties. Yeah, it might still get you high. It might still make you feel good, but, and this is just my personal opinion. I don't, I'm not putting this out there on anybody else, but I'm more on the organic weed. If it's not organic, in my opinion, you get the opposite. And people feel different about it. Not like I'm not gonna smoke it, but I'm gonna have a hard time calling it medicine wholeheartedly. I mean, we all take some medicine before we got into marijuana, and it was like, part medicine. You look at it now like, oh damn, too much of this will kill you, like Tylenol. It says take 2, take 4, and see what happens. You might not see. So.
Yeah, there's definitely a weird line, man. A weird line.
We were talking about it the other day too, like you overdose with weed, it's hot sweat, your mouth salivates, and in a few minutes you come down, you're more sweaty, you're good again. Or if someone's around you with a little knowledge, man, like that knowledge here, do a little CBD real fast, bring you right back to level, you're good.
Well, for me myself, I'm worried about the recreational side of things, because I'm afraid that the big corporations will want to bottleneck a lot of these strains down to what is big and profitable, and then at that point, is it really medicine? And you see it on a t-shirt, you know what I mean? We're back to the commercials that we see on TV. Ask your doctor if this strain's right for you.
That's one of the, I agree, but that's one of the reasons why you mess with farmers that you know what their process is, and I mean, that's another reason why the organic farming is so important. Those things right there. Somebody used something ill in their grow, and later on you're on one of them commercials like, yeah, that's me, I'm having that problem. So it's one of those things.
One of the things I've kind of learned too is through the organics side of things is, we are a lot of your plants in a lot of ways. We grow off the same nutrients. We have the same fucking microbes in our guts deciding how things go down and shit. So I can't understand why, we don't approach our health a lot like we do our plants, you know what I mean? Looking at ourselves and go, wow, you're deficient on this, this, and this.
It's a knowledge
You
thing.
know.
It's a knowledge thing. We're humans. So we're kind of like programmed, and I don't mean like somebody's plugging a computer on our back, but we get memory programmed into how we do things. It's like telling somebody today, and I mean, I know this is a huge discussion. It's like telling somebody today they're arguing about meat eaters versus vegans, which is healthy, which is not healthy. I've eaten meat my whole life. Well, look at your teeth. Are you supposed to eat meat? You know, you have all kind of different arguments. You know what I'm saying when it comes to that. I can't make vegetables taste good. Being a vegetarian will tell you, well, you need to try this. So even those kind of arguments are the same basis. You know what I'm saying? Just difference in opinion, different ways of approaching it, but the exact same thing.
I'll argue with you.
Always do. I'm tripping.
Tripping on me.
T-Dog's back there being so
What's
quiet.
cracking? T-Doggy?
I just
T-Doggy.
airdropped you some.
I saw that. Thank you, my brother.
Nice little drive they gave you. Not too bad.
Yeah, it's been chill, man. It's,
I'll have another.
pass me one of them too, Mr. Flapper. Thank you.
So I think I asked you this off camera, but where's you guys' next stop? Not that you guys don't have a relentless schedule.
Well, at the moment, we got a small break in between with Bleezy having his baby. So,
Congratulations, please.
What's the latest word?
yeah. What's up?
What's the latest word?
He's going in tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
it's going dead. Just let it ride till it dies, I guess.
yeah.
It's manifest everything good.
So we're taking a little break from like doing like full band shows for a little bit, give him some time chilling.
So will you be at the hospital?
And I'll go and visit for sure. I mean, we can only go in
Oh, right.
little
you only
bits.
let so many people
Yeah,
know,
it's
right?
still in their lame rules, but be safe.
No, that's
So shit. Besides taking a little break with the band for a little bit, like the next actual band show, I think that gets locked in. We're going to be going out to Oregon again in October for a dope ass Harvest concert
The
out there.
Harvest Festival, right?
Yep.
I want to go to that. What is that?
I gotta check the date again. It's late October 20th or something. Or
I've asked people, and I said, what's the festival ability amongst the bunch?
for sure, yeah. And actually, they said Marlon Asher is going to be performing at this one
Nice.
too. So that's going to be
And I know
badass.
Marlon because I do stuff for Roland and Blazin, the Turptown
Yeah.
Invitational. I was supposed to go to Spanibus,
Yeah,
and then the pandemic.
for sure, yeah. Yeah, so Oregon, October, and then Florida Cannabis Festival will be back there in November again. And there's a handful of things that are getting talked about, but nothing like locked in right now. So it's cool. It's nice because it'll give Bleezy a chance to chill with the baby. Give me some time to start working on some more writing too, you know, because we're working on the next album and for Planters of the Trees too.
When aren't you guys ready for the next album, man?
And this project is going to be so cool too. Like we got big plans for this. We already got a lot of stuff in the works, like beats kind of premeditated and ideas, and a couple people already locked in, like artist-wise, of sending over vocals and getting things together. So Planters of the Trees, next year it's going to be coming out. So that's a 10-year anniversary from the Planters Volume 1, which is trippy thinking about. It's like, holy shit. It's been 10 years coming up on since the raid, since that album dropped.
It travels.
Yeah, it travels fast. So it's like, we've been talking about doing a Planters Volume 2 for a while, and we kept having other projects pop up and that we wanted to do, and so we're like, man, we might as well wait and shoot to do it for a 10-year anniversary. Kind of perfect timing, and make it a big one too. A lot of reggae hip hop mixture going on. Like
Perfect. Thank
double
you.
disc, like super chill
Thank
vibe.
you.
Like it's gonna be
'Cause that's
sick.
what you guys do. You explore. Just all of it, man.
Yep. We're going deep on it on this one.
So I don't think I've ever told you this story, but I'm gonna tell you now. I told Sub this story, just to let you know how random and how many weed nerds there are out there. I think. So it was back when Sub was having a little bit of a hard time there, and I wanted, it just happened to be how fate plays out, right?
Yep.
So
Just want to make sure.
I
you guys-
happen to-
Thanks for the shirt.
right downstate and have to pick up a vehicle. and so I'm kind of trailing the vehicle, or the vehicle's now trailing me, that I'm taking back home.
Uh-huh.
And I'm in my truck, and it's an older truck, so my phone necessarily didn't hook up to it at the time, so I'm using one of them FM transmitters, basically.
Uh-huh.
So I stop in big gas and head out to the highway. And as I pull out, fucking, of course, Mendo Dope's playing, Weed Nerd. And I fucking get out, and I get on the highway, and I head on down the road, and I'm rocking it out. And happens to recycle a little bit further down the road, about a half hour, 45 minutes. And I'm, again, rocking with fucking Weed Nerd out. And I'm literally like bouncing. And I fucking happened to notice the car in front of me is bobbing, and like I am. Same hand fucking gestures. And I'm like, what are the fucking odds, you know what I mean, that they're picking up my shit, and that's a Weed Nerd in front of me, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, so I kind of dismissed the fact, right? But even though I'm still, we're almost beat for beat. So I get back up north, and I fucking talk to the person that's following me up, and they're like, I could hear your music through my radio for fucking 2 miles after you got on the highway. So I'm 100%.
He was rocking to the
the
stage.
fucking Weed Nerd in front of me.
That's
So
funny.
there, and what are the odds?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It comes bleeding through your radio, and you just go, "Oh, that's a good tune." No,
Right.
here's a fucking Weed Nerd.
He's like,
'cause
"Oh,
yeah,
shit."
they knew it word for word. Yeah. And I got home, and I told Sub, and I'm like, man, sometimes you wonder the impact that you guys have. You know what I mean? How. I said, but we're fucking everywhere, man. I had a Weed Nerd in front of me on the highway and
Yeah.
shit, you know what I mean? We're
It's-
out there. We're fucking strong in numbers.
Strong, dude. Yep. That's such a trip. It's so cool hearing stories like that. So random, and somehow it's like, yep, boom, another Weed Nerd right there. Just happened to be jamming.
He was getting down, too. Come on, Weed Nerds, let's all get down.
I was so
I
happy
love
that,
too.
that we got the chance to do that and like record those songs, and like the whole experience of like going to the big studio with Sub and Jill and Frenchie and TC and like all of us in there in the studio together, and like just recording the song, come out, what are you guys thinking? Oh, it sounds so cool. Mixing it. All right, let's get to recording the next song, because I think it was, I'm pretty sure if I remember right, we recorded like all the songs in like one session. Like we pre-recorded some of them at our house, at our home studio, and we show Sub, like, what do you think about this one? And he's like, oh, I'm fucking loving it. All right, we'll get out this idea. And he would be like throwing out his ideas like for like Vortex. He's like, I want you guys to do something like Parliament Funkadelic kind of feel, or something trippy. So he showed us one of the songs. It was Maggot Brain is the song. He's like, listen to this song and kind of, just, I don't know, some kind of this vibe. And that's what started the whole thing, when we get Johnny to do the big epic intro with the guitar. And it's just so epic to be able to have that memory with us and be able to gone through that and have, like, at that time of everything going so good, everyone together. It was just so big, and like, like at the time we never even expected how big of an impact that would make, like the Weed Nerd song in general, like how big it would get, and like how it's became what it is, and like how everybody knows it, and it's like such a cool staple song in the culture that's like just a imprint in time, of the good memories of like just dope shit. And like,
I remember when you guys first kind of started coming into him, like the whole ganja farmer, he was still
Oh,
got
yeah.
that ganja farmer.
it's so classic. Oh man, it was so funny when we would get such a kick out of watching the Weed Nerd episodes, like of those beginning days when he was like dropping our music in there, you know, before we even got like friends with him, when we had first gave him a CD of stuff